Hello, welcome to my videos on my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the Steelers' victory against the Chargers 2010. Today, earlier in the week 3 of 2024 NFL season, where today in the morning or in the noon, the Steelers defeated 2010 the Los Angeles Chargers. To be honest, this game was we can define this game in the first half. The game was very close. To be honest, the Chargers were leading the game in the halftime, 10-3, 3-7, where in that part the Steelers defense play a tremendous football level. They allowed 10 points, and the offense side just scored a touchdown, and the game was very close. And in that moment, in the halftime, I thought that the game were going to be defined in the last play of the game, and I thought that in the halftime, the team that had the last possession in the game were going to win this game. But in the second half, all the Steelers team improved its football level, and they played a tremendous football level, especially in the in the defense side, because again by a back-to-back games they didn't allow points in one half. In this time they didn't allow any points in the second half, and they scored 30 points in the second half, and this was enough to win the game. Of course, the Steelers haven't played a very beautiful game, especially in the offense side, and the Steelers have won these two games thanks to the defenses, and the offense have done his job to try to don't make mistakes in this time for first time in this game for first time. The Steelers defenses and the Steelers offenses make a mistake because they shoot 10 fields. Steelers quarterback threw for an interception, but the good news is this didn't impact in the score. The Steelers won this game 2010, and they got the tier victory in 3 games in this NFL season. About this game, remember how I told you when the Steelers allowed less than 20 points per game to against any rival team. Usually the Steelers will win more than 80% of these games, and by third consecutive game the Steelers allowed less than 20 points, and by back-to-back games the Steelers allow less than 40 points. So the Steelers defense is playing a very tremendous football level, and for that reason the Steelers are winning have a record at 3-0. They are undefeated in this moment. Also, something that I want to say is that the Steelers offense, they need to improve a little more, because remember that this time is the game that where Steelers had battle more, because the Chargers play a tremendous football level, but in some part of the game, especially in the second half, the Steelers got luck, because remember that the Chargers got three key players got injured in the second half, and they didn't return to the game. Herbert, the quarterback, Khalid Mack, the defense stars, and the right guard. So the Steelers didn't have any problem, because Steelers dominated the game. How I told you, the big difference was the second half, because you can see here that in the first half the game was very close, where the Steelers were losing by 3 point difference, 7-10. But the big difference was in the second half, where the Steelers improved both sides of the ball, where they scored 13 points. They didn't score they didn't have any point, and they won the game 2010. About the general overall statistics, the Steelers threw for they did 346 total yards, 232 by the passing, and 114 for the running game. This was very important, because in the first half the Steelers couldn't implement the running game, because they had less than 100 yards, and they implement this in the second half, and they improved it. And something that I detected, especially in the first half, in that the Steelers in every time they started every time with a pass, and I didn't understand that, because I suppose that the Steelers, they prefer to establish the running game, but this game was very difficult, different, because in this time the Steelers decide to start every day with a pass, and in the defense side the Steelers allowed just 168 yards, This total yards. This is amazing because they allow less than 100, 200 yards total yards. They allow 107 yards by passing and 61 by rush game. So the Steelers defense play a tremendous game. And the big difference is that the Steelers made 5 sacks, and this was the grade, and the Steelers just had one takeaway, one interception that didn't affect to the score. So in the individual statistics, let's see, you still feel the starting quarterback by the Steelers. Again, he played by a third consecutive game because Russell Wilson, they suppose that he is the starting quarterback, couldn't play again. He's injured. Justin Fields threw for a 245 yards, one touchdown and one interception, but this didn't affect the score. And also remember that the Justin Fields had another touchdown, but about running. About the running game, the best player was Najee Harris with 72 yards in 18 times, and in the receiver teams, the best was Calvin Austin with 4 receptions by 95 yards and 1 touchdown. And in the defense side, the best unity of the game, they made 5 sacks with Cameron Hayward had 1, Lando Robert had another, Nick Kirby had both, and TJ Watt had the last one. But the most important is how I told you, in the first half, the Chargers didn't allow any sacks, and in the second half, the Steelers made 5 sacks. And the most important is in the last play of the game, in the last Chargers last possession, the Steelers made 3 consecutive sacks. So what's next? The Steelers will play the next. The Steelers will play the next Sunday, September 29th, and 13 o'clock Easter time, where the Steelers will travel to Indianapolis, where the Steelers will play against the Colts in the week 4. Remember that today early, the Colts battled more than I expected. They defeated 21-16 the Chicago Bears. In this moment, the Steelers are In this moment, the Steelers are leading the AFC North with a record of 3-0. They are undefeated. They have 2 games advantage against the Ravens, Browns, and 2 Bengals. That is still early this season, and the Colts in this moment they are in the second place in the AFC South with a record of 1-2. In the beginning of the season, I put that the Steelers were going to lose this game because I see better the Colts, but in these 3 games, the Colts have been playing a very bad football. So I think that this will be another close game for the Steelers. We'll have little scores where I think that the Steelers will win this game by 3 or 7 goal difference, and the Steelers will win his 4th game of the season, and they will be undefeated. So in this video, I talk about the Steelers victory today, where they defeated 2010 the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Steelers are still undefeated in this moment. So this is all for today. See you next video. Juve.